We got the booster locks 10% full alarm. It's fine. Out of tolerance.
Roger. And we've reestablished topping, so we should get that restored here shortly.
Understand. Just wanted to make you aware.
Thank you.
So the good news is that we're retopping on the liquid oxygen side. Some of the messages associated with the liquid oxygen are expected for the configuration we were in, but we definitely had to check them. And it's still a little bit open, and at least to me, Megan, and Dee, is that we'll see what's going on with the liquid hydrogen side. They're still working this.
Yeah, just to give people a little more insight again, you know, we have these loops, and our commentators, as you've heard throughout the show, they're listening to those back channel conversations that us here at the hostess, as well as you guys, the viewers, we are not hearing all of those conversations. So it's really nice when we do get to hear updates from our commentators, because they can really fill us in on what we're hearing, because what we're hearing is in real time, and we're trying to translate it as best as possible for you. So again, about an hour ago is when this issue was initially flagged again, that maybe they weren't receiving the right telemetry, or that the data they had stopped receiving data from a particular ground valve that is responsible for topping off liquid oxygen and hydrogen into the Atlas V's second stage, the upper stage. They have been able to reestablish topping on the lock side of things, the liquid oxygen side of things, but we're still troubleshooting the helium side of the system, yeah?
The helium that's pressurizing the hydrogen. Lots of elements on the periodic table today.
And so, like I said, we have teams listening in to the chatter, the communications between the different folks who are monitoring this issue, so we should have an update there soon.
P&E 2, LC.
Go ahead.
Start center and chill down.
Roger.
LC Slick on channel 1.
Go ahead.
Looking for approval to go ahead and move the hatch frame and continue with hatch closure preps.
Roger, proceed.
Copy.
So that call out you heard there is from the pad team, who are still in the white room just outside of where Butch and Suni are sitting inside Starliner. You can see a live view of them there. They just...
LC 1 AC.
Go ahead.
I'm ready for provide a recommendation for the Centaur bottle repress.
Roger. LD, channel 1.
LD on 1.
Proceed, AC.
Okay, so we need to have the PNE2 use option 350 to reset the stop flow, and then option 320 to deselect resume. That will get us back in a configuration and recharge the bottle.
Roger. Understand and concur. LD.
LD concurs.
And PNE2, LC.
Go ahead.
Roger, you ready to execute that at this time?
Can you please repeat the steps? I was initiating CEC.
Roger. That's option 350 to reset the stop flow, and then 320 to deselect and resume.
Copy. I'm prepared.
Roger, proceed.
Roger.
So it sounds like that the ULA is still pressing forward, and that allows the pad team
And
to begin hatch closing.
Go ahead.
Without
Roger.
actually closing the hatch,
Have you
they're
been
just
able
getting
to,
ready.
Restart topping at this time?
Affirmative. In topping.
Roger. And everything's nominal?
Affirmative.
At some point, could you give me an estimate when you think you'd be back at flight level?
Affirmative. I will get back to you.
Thank you.
All right, that was a good call
And
out
lock
there.
2, LC.
Go ahead.
Roger, have you initiated topping yet?
That's firm rechill was successful. Currently at 98.9.
Roger.
Well, it sounds like our elements are taken care of with
Yeah.
Flight,
oxygen
Slick, and Starliner,
and
channel
helium.
1.
Here we go.
What's here?
Starliner, go ahead.
Roger. So at this time, we've completed the transfer from VREC 3 to VREC 1. and all our systems are back active topping and returning Centaur helium to flight pressure. So at this time, I think we're on track to continue with the countdown, and in flight, I think we can demerge these nets for the time being.
Good news, LC. Nice work.
Roger. Thanks, Starliner.
Good news, flight copies. We'll deconfigure.
All right, a lot of good call-outs there, a lot of good updates. So why don't we toss it
Go
back
ahead.
over to ULA's
Should be
Dylan Rice.
approximately 20 minutes.
Roger.
And Megan, yeah, we've had a busy couple of minutes here, but as you did hear, we have recovered from
And LC,
the stop.
Slick on channel 1.
Go ahead.
Wondering if you had an estimated for hatch closure weather brief.
Yeah, getting ready to issue that right now.
Roger.
RC, LC,
RC on 1.
conduct weather briefing on Channel 8 Weather Conference Net.
Roger.
LC Locks 2.
Go ahead.
Centaur LO2 at flight level.
Roger.
LC Peony 2.
Go ahead.
Bottles have returned to flight mass and flight pressure.
Roger.
Okay, so yeah, a lot of traffic on the net here, but just to kind of recap, you know, we had been tracking the issue with the instrumentation associated with the Centaur topping valves. That issue's been resolved. Centaur is now back in replenish on both tanks. In fact, we just heard that the
And
Centaur
arm control, LC. Arm control. Power on crew access arm hydraulic heater as required.
Roger.
So Centaur liquid oxygen is back at flight level, and also we did have to we did vent a little bit of helium there as we recovered the systems, and the Centaur helium bottles have now been recharged as well. So you know, it's a good sign that we did hear the team talk about continuing with the hatch closure preps, and they're moving forward to the next weather briefing, which will get us closer to launch. It sounds like that. Although we had a really exciting past hour, hopefully we have all that behind us now and we get back to nominal operations as we continue to march toward our planned T0 of 12:25 and 40 seconds Eastern Time.
To launch. So with that, as you heard, the pad team is in the white room. They are continuing preps to actually close the hatch. There will be a weather briefing first to decide whether or not they should move forward with the hatch close. While we wait for that, let's check back in with NASA's Brandy Dean and Boeing's Jim May in Mission Control.
I just want to give you step 220, Centaur engine shutdown initiated.
Flight control team here in Houston has been following along with all the issues that are going on in Florida, but things are going fairly smoothly on the Starliner side so far.
So once
we're about an hour and 16 minutes away from today's liftoff, and once we do lift off, the crew will have a 25-and-a-half-hour ride to get to the International Space Station. And with this being the crewed flight, they'll have a number of test or flight test objectives to